Okay, well here we are playing Granada, or just about to start, and I guess I'll go through some detail on it because it's a fairly simple game and I think I can do that. So the first thing I have to decide with the Spaniards is, do I want to just take a single action? And the answer of course is no, because I like a lot of luck in my games. No, I want to get things moving as quickly as possible, so I'm going to roll on one of these tables, the command table. And I roll a 10, which means I get 3 actions. Okay, so let's see what I'm going to do to activate. I look at my leaders, and I've got 3 stacks that I've already defined as my leaders. Well, I want to activate all of them. Alright. Let's get some engagements underway. 1, 2. 1. I kind of don't like leaving forts behind me. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it has any real effect on this. There's no supply or anything like that. Who is this? Calatrava. He's got a fair-sized force, but nothing tremendous. I'm going to lay siege there, sort of, kind of, whatever. And now let's see what happens. The Moors are not allowed to do any reserves because they don't have any placed already. At the beginning of the game, they're not ready for this attack, and they're kind of surprised. I'm not sure if they ever do at the beginning of a campaign. I'll have to look at how that flows, because there's this withdrawal stage. Then we go to the combat stage. Okay. Well, there doesn't seem to be any kind of withdrawal before combat, which is okay, because the defender gets an advantage here. So let's start taking a look at these. Calatrava will fight the first battle, and he's fighting against the city itself, or the fort itself, castle, however you want to put it. He's got a horde of forces. He's the proper kind of knight to be leading these, so that's okay. And I'm allowed to basically assign, I'll give Guzman a couple infantry. I'll go with Calatrava in infantry, and he'll take the cav as well. He can take all of them. But basically, Guzman and Calatrava each give +2 to the die roll. Well, what happens with this castle? It gets to attack first, or defend first, however you want to put it. It gets to roll 2 dice, twice as many as it normally would. I should have some kind of marker here to remind me what's going on. Well, we'll get one in a little while. And I'm trying to beat 2s, because that's my number, right? There's no strength adjustment. So this is actually pretty simple. And both my die rolls are above a 2, so I did not hit. Now the attacker gets to swing back, and I'm going to allocate those extra points. First of all, Guzman is going to allocate 1 to each. So that gives him a 4 on each one. Okay. He gets 1 hit. And now that's sufficient to actually take the fort. So that falls. And Calatrava is done. Let me show you, he was able to command everything, because there were only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strength points, or 5 units with him. So, he's successfully taken a location. That was pretty easy. Let me take a breather, make sure I did everything right. Well, the only thing that I really didn't note was whether or not the Arabs were out in the field or wanted to fight a defensive battle. And that's a good question. Given that Amir Ali has the largest force, I think I'm going to say that they're all out in the field. So overall, I think I did fine with what I did so far, and the fact that the Spaniards were stopped in each of these cases is actually correct. Okay, so now let's see what happens when we do a fight between Ferdinand and Amir Ali. Ah, I still forgot a counter. Let me put a die over there. Actually, I'm probably going to need a whole bunch more dice in a moment just to roll for this, because good old Ferdinand has a pile of forces. Now he has a siege gun, which he can't use because this is not a siege. So I'm going to put that over in his stack. That can't even take losses unless he's completely defeated. And Amir Ali has his own forces, which are relatively small comparatively. Alright, well, let's see what we want to do for leaders. We get a lot of leaders here, don't we? We'll give Ferdinand the infantry. He can give them each 2 points. And we'll give our different knights and horsemen over like this. Now for Ali, well, he's also going to kind of bonus, spread his bonuses out as much as possible with +1s each. Okay, so he's able to roll 3 dice at 5s. This is the defensive first fire situation. And he gets 1 hit, that's a 1 and an 8. It's hard to read these clear dice. Other one's not, and then 2 at 4. Okay, so he did 1 hit. Now, the defender gets to actually allocate that hit, and he'll take it on an infantry. But now he gets his counterattack. And his counterattack is 4 dice 6s. That's 1 hit because this counts as a 10. 2 hits. And now it's 4, 3 hits, and a 2. That brings him to 4 hits. Now, again, the defender gets to allocate these losses. And he may take them. See, there's some recovery ability, but there's also a stacking issue. But I think I'd rather have more units at this point. Not really clear either way, which makes more sense. There goes Amir Ali with his son, and we're going to retreat him to Granada with Ali Alatar, which isn't really an issue. Now the question is, can I continue with a siege? And I'm not sure what the answer is with that. Well, let's look at... First of all, we had what counts as a major battle, I believe. Hey, let's not forget that. At least 1 leader and at least 4 units, they both did, each of which was an infantry. And 1 player retreated. Winner has units there. The season marker goes 2 boxes. Well, he'll make the season longer if he can. However, we have the castle issue here, and this is the real question. See, the question here is, can I just launch an attack on the castle now? And that's not absolutely clear to me. Units are castle engaged until one side is... I'm going to have to stop and look this one up. So this is kind of a weird situation. It looks to me like the wall breaching would have happened before clearing the enemy out of the way anyhow. So let me roll that. Again, the rules aren't terribly good here. So we have a siege roll. We have a castle strength of 3 here. I need a 9 or higher. There doesn't seem to be any modifier to that. So let's just see. we didn't get that, so we didn't breach the walls. But now I still have the option to try to take this castle. Do I want to? Yeah, why not? The castle gets to shoot back with 2 dice of 3s. And it misses with both. And now I get to counterattack. And as far as I can see, I'm still allowed to attack using cav against the castles, which is a little weird for games. But okay, 2 dice of 6. And I get a successful hit. Bang, another castle has fallen. Wow, this is going pretty easily for the Spaniards. Maybe I should be in those castles. And I forgot that would have been in there too. That's big 7. Okay, but I'm not in the castles, which sucks. So we'll mark this, and we got Santiago with all his forces, and he'll add 2 to the 1 infantry because that gives it the most chance of die rolling. And Alzagail will be adding to just 1 of his. So Alzagail gets the first shot. 2 dice at 5s. He gets 1 hit because that's a 10. And 3 F4. He does 2 hits total, which the defender gets to apportion. Spread them out like this. Okay, first a 5 for that infantry. That's a miss. 2 4s for the damaged cav. I probably should have taken the infantry. I got 1 hit and 3 6s. That's 2 hits. 2 hits total. And we're going to continue the fight. We're going to destroy a unit for whatever reason. Okay, so now we go to another round. Now, neither side really wants to leave here because this is another major battle. So let's keep fighting. Now this is simultaneous, which means I really wish I had more dice in hand. Okay. Santiago's going to assign his pieces like this, and Alzagal will of course assign his like this. Let's see what Santiago does. He's got a 5 and a 6. He gets 1 hit, 4, and 3 6s. He's done a grand total of 2 hits, which I've got to remember, and they'll be assigned later. And now we've got 2 5s. They miss, and 2 4s. They miss. So 2 hits on Alzagal, and he's beginning to feel the heat of this fight. Does he want to withdraw and give another major victory to the Spaniards? This season could last forever, or until all the Moors are wiped out, if I'm not careful here. I want to withdraw and fight another day. Catholics again, or Spaniards again, get to push their value down, and again they get to fight a castle, and I'll do so. 2s? Ooh, 2 hits against them. Well, we'll take that against the infantry. And now I get to swing back, and I'll put my 2 cav at 5s, and I get a hit, which is sufficient to capture another city. There's leader loss checks in here. I don't remember how they happen. I remember there were some. So you can only withdraw into your castle if you can't withdraw into another space, which is kind of weird. But I'm looking for the leader loss checks. I know there are some in this game, because that's how people get captured. I see this captured leader exchange, but it's well before that. I'm going to have to page through the rules and look for this very carefully, because I know these rules aren't very good for finding things. Well, this is really kind of a disturbing situation for the Muslims. It's their turn, but they've pretty much, we see the Spaniards have gained enough time that if they wipe out the Moorish armies, they're going to have free reign and be able to grab all kind of stuff. So the question here is, do I let them pick me off one at a time, or do I try and handle things a little better? And I'm going to try to roll on the command table to see if I can improve my situation. Unfortunately, I roll a 3, which means I don't get to move. So this season is now done. And the Spaniard rolls a die to see if the year ends here. It could still end. No, it cannot on season 1. So the season marker moves forward, and as long as there are Spanish victories, this could just, major victories, this could just keep going. I'm going to wrap this one and send it up, because that's the first turn. I was thinking maybe I could get the whole year in on one tape, but not in this level of detail. Alright.